The absolutely crazy story of the outstanding dog Marron in Yu-Gi-Oh! The outstanding dog Marron was an incredibly cute but also incredibly loyal dog. And one day, unfortunately, Marron was lost by his owner. And once Marron was lost, he decided to wait in the exact same spot, hoping his owner would find him, and he actually almost did. Because as we can see in the card art for Where Art Thou, there's Marron's owner right there putting up lost dog posters with Marron waiting right behind him. The two almost met but didn't. And in fact, they never did, causing Marron to stay at that exact same place waiting for his owner for an incredibly long amount of time. And I know this is going to sound crazy, but from this point, there's actually 3 different ways that this story can go. There's like 3 separate timelines to how this story ends for Marron. The first one being that Marron waits so long that it becomes absolutely enraged with its owner and turns into the Mad Dog of Darkness. That's right, in this version of the story, Marron becomes so mad with the world that it becomes a demon dog with a respectable 1900 attack. By the way, we know it's Marron because they have the same collar. The second path of this story is that Marron actually gets discovered by Kozaki, which is not a good thing. If you don't know who Kozaki is, he's a crazy underworld scientist who runs mechanical experiments on every creature he finds. In fact, he's responsible for turning YuGiOh into YuGiOh. And Kozaki would do the same thing, turning Marron into the Mecha-Dog Marron. Now, the third path of this story is actually the most interesting. In this version of the story, Marron waits for so long, never becomes angry, but he waits so long that he turns into the Skull Dog Marron. Which, as we can see in the description of this card, he waited 1,000 years. Now, you might think this is the most tragic version of the story, but it's actually super wholesome thanks to the card Skull Servant. You see, Skull Servant is a skeleton creature that would actually adopt Marron in his skeletal version after they were buried in the same graveyard. In fact, the two met after Marron took one of his leg bones and ran away. And as we get more Skull Servant related cards, we see that Marron is just straight up a part of their family now. Like we see Skull Servant back there, this is his kid, the White Prince, and there's Marron. Here's the card art for White Princess, and we see Marron by her bed. And the card art for White Lord, we see that they even armored Marron up for battle. And most wholesome of all, he even goes on vacation with the Skull Servant family. As we can see him right there.